Hey guys, welcome to another video on my channel. My name is Poppy. I'm a bisexual, gender fluid, 16-year-old streamer who mainly does Minecraft content, but today we are doing a Ninjago Iceberg. So, if you're not familiar with Ninjago is basically a it's a it's a show produced by Lego, and it's a Lego show about our main group of ninja who go on all sorts of adventures using their elemental powers to defeat enemies and meeting up with other elemental masters. I also, just a side note, I haven't like searched up any resources for today, but you can still you can still go in my description and find my Wattpad page with donation links, cards, petitions, and other things. And I bet a lot of you are wondering, what is an iceberg? Well, if you haven't been on YouTube for the past year, then basically an iceberg is basically a bunch of information about like a series or like just weird facts about like the series or like its other like non-canon stuff or like the fandom and stuff like that or like theories and stuff where and then it is sorted by most known to least known. And today we're doing one on Ninjago because I haven't seen a whole bunch of Ninjago related um like icebergs. I've seen like one or two on YouTube, but I haven't seen, and I've seen like a bunch come up on Reddit because I have like a Reddit channel on my Discord, and I have a bot that just puts in stuff from r/Ninjago. So I thought today might as well do a Ninjago iceberg video. So first of all, the first thing I'm gonna point out, the first part of this iceberg is okay. So we're gonna start off with the first layer, which I need to zoom in on up here. Okay, I think this is the best I can do so far. So the first thing on the first layer is I used to watch that when I was 12. So this is often said to people when they mention that they still watch Ninjago or they just generally bring up Ninjago or like Ninjago is like they find a Ninjago like video in their like recommended and they type in comments, oh, I used to watch that when I was 12, because Ninjago has been going on for the past 10 years. So it's been, so of course a lot of people are gonna like be watching have watched it when they were kids. I mean, fun fact, I've been watching it since I was about 11 or 12. So and it was like one of the most popular Lego shows, I think. Like I know like back like a few years ago, like back in I'd say in like the first 5 years on Ninjago, it was like quite popular. I mean, a lot of Lego shows aren't that popular, but like Ninjago was the most popular Lego show, if that makes sense. So yeah, and so a lot of people are gonna say they watched it when they were 12 because just kids are like gonna want to watch stuff superhero ninjas, Lego. So because a lot of people were interested in Ninjago, including myself. In a lot of people were interested in Lego. So yeah. The next thing on the iceberg is snake guys. Now, this is snakes have become kind of a meme at this point in the Ninjago fandom because snake type villains are like popular within the Ninjago show. A lot of and these like snake type villains are called Serpentine, and like I'd say in most seasons, there's been like it's very rare for there to be a season that doesn't have a snake type villain that doesn't belong to one of the serpentine tribes, which include the Anacondrae, the Constricti, the Fangpire, the Hypnobrai, and the Pyro Vampires. Why did I say vampires? I meant Pyro Vipers. um, the next one on the first layer is the Green Ninja. The Green Ninja title goes to one of the main characters, Lord Garmadon. The Green Ninja is the master of energy. Yes, the element is just energy. I don't know how to explain it any further. So, and it was prophesized that the Green Ninja was to defeat evil, most likely referring to the Overlord in the final battle. Technically, it's not really the final battle because it happened all the way back in season two. But then again, see, Ninjago was supposed to be cancelled after season two. But then they brought it back for season three, and now we're on like 14, 15 seasons. So yeah. Um, the last thing on the first layer is ninja spinning. Ninja spinning. The ninja commonly perform something called spinjitzu, where they spin into like a tornado type of thing. Uh, and spinjitzu is like one of Ninjago's form of that martial arts, basically. In Ninjago, there's like a couple forms of like there's like a couple forms of martial arts that they have. So spinjitzu and air jitsu, that would be their main type of you know um martial arts. So yeah. Now we're on to the second layer. Now before I move on to the second layer, does anyone have any questions about what I went through on the first layer? Because a lot of this stuff was like established in the first few seasons of Ninjago, but obviously not a lot of people will have watched like the first four seasons or first few seasons, or I've just like forgotten about it. So, does anyone have any questions about it? Um, if you just have any questions about each layer, you can just type it in chat. Like after I've gone through it, of course, because because if you ask it before I've gone through it, there may be some if I may just answer it with the within the stuff that I've already got on my script. So yeah. Okay, so on to the second layer. Samurai X. Samurai X is the title Nia kind of held and created in earlier seasons of Ninjago, and Samurai X is now the title that Pixel currently holds. The title, or the weaponry, the armor, the cave, like most of the weaponry and armor, and the first Samurai X cave base was created by Nia. But then later on in later seasons, yeah, specifically in season 11, Pixel created another Samurai X base underneath the monastery, which, if you don't know, is like the main where most the ninja live. So it makes sense for them to have the base easy access to easily and quickly access to where they live, but not being in plain sight. So yeah. Zane is a robot in like early seasons, either season one or season two. Zane was revealed to be a ninjoid. Zane was revealed to be a ninjoid, which is the Jago's version of like a robot. So if you hear me talking about like ninjoids and stuff, just so you know, that means they're just basically robots. At the time, this was a huge shock for many fans, but it's just a well-known fact by the fandom at this point. Since we're like 14, 15 seasons into Ninjago, we're 10 years into Ninjago, so of course this would must be an easy, like, known fact for like even the most basic viewers of Ninjago, because it was like a huge deal at the time. And fun fact, Pixel is also a ninjoid, aka a robot. Kai should have been the Green Ninja. Um, Kai, if you don't know, is one of the main ninjas in Ninjago, one of the main characters, and he is the current master of fire and the Red Ninja of Ninjago. In the pilots and before Lloyd was revealed to be the Green Ninja, Kai was the focus ninja, and many fans wanted, and still some people want for Kai to be the Green Ninja, since he was the main character at the time, like the main ninja, the main focused character of like the pilots. Um, they wanted him to be the Green Ninja because main characters are often the most powerful heroes, most powerful characters. So it just makes kind of sense. Next one is Jaya. Now Jaya is a ship name between the Master of Lightning Jay and the Master of Water Nia. On Twitter and TikTok, and I think on Discord as well, but I'm not sure. Like a few months ago, it was revamped and renamed to Storm Shipping, because basically a lot of the other ships have like a specific name, not a name like Jaya, where it's just a merging of their like first names. Names like Bruise, which is Cole and Jay, or Techno, which is Zane and Jay, which we'll come on to later. Um, each of them have like those kind of names for like the ship, so it makes sense. But a lot of those kind of names, like Techno and stuff, belong to the gay ships, and a lot of people just like, well, if the gay ships have these like names, we should just give them to the straight ships. Also, we should just give them to like Storm. And I propose, since Pixane is like one of the most popular ships alongside Storm, we should rename Pixane to Ninja shipping, because or it's like Samurai Ice or something, because Zen is the master of ice, and both Pixel and Zen are Ninja, so it makes sense. And next one, jump up, kick back, whip around and spin. Those are like some of the most well used and popular lyrics from the song The Weekend Whip, which is produced by The Food as the intro song to each Ninjago season. Each Ninjago season has like its own like a version of The Weekend Whip, but like the lyrics are like the same. I think it's just remixed each season and like to a different like intro sequence. So yeah. Uh, the Ninjago movie. The Ninjago movie is based off the Ninjago TV show. Its story is non-canon to the TV show and was released just after season 7, in between season 7 and season 8, aka in between Hands of Time and what is the name for season 8? Ninja. I don't remember. Sons of Garbodon. So it was in between the Hands of Time and Sons of Garbodon. When Sons of Garbodon was released, the character designs were changed to fit with the movie for some reason, despite each being in separate universes to each other. This is probably because a lot of newer fans would have come straight from the movie. So the Ninjago production team was like, we might as well change the designs to welcome up the new fans because the Ninjago movie had different designs for the ninja than what was pre-established in the pilots in the first seven seasons. The last thing on the second layer, Simp J. Jay is considered a simp because of him being the more affectionate person in his and Nia's relationship and his like straight up crush on her after he first met her. He was pretty much like simp. It was pretty much simp behavior. Go watch like if you wanna like have like some sort of idea of what I'm talking about. Go watch like at least the first 2 or 3 seasons of Ninjago. Then you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so now we're on to the third layer. The first thing on the third layer is child marriage in Skybound. Let me just turn this down. Oh, that should be fine actually. Child marriage in Skybound. In season 6, aka Skybound, Nadakan, aka the primary villain for Skybound, tried to marry Nia, who was like confirmed to be a teenager around the time. Well, not like directly confirmed, more like indirectly confirmed. Because basically, I think it was Tommy Andreasen, one of the main like staff who was like interacted with the fan base the most on Twitter, said that around this time the like like Kai and most of the other ninja who were teenagers, and um, Nia is canonically 2 years younger than Kai actually, so she was also a teenager. So it makes it quite weird and pedophilic, pretty much. Because Narakan is like a jinn, similar to a genie in that sense, um, who is centuries old, like hundreds of years old. He tried to marry Nia in Skybound because of the fact that she looks similar to Narakan's dead lover, Dilara. This is confirmed because I think like Narakan had like a little like pocket watch with like Dilara's face in it, and they look so similar, but still, it's like weird, isn't it? Uh, moving on from that, Cyclone Doll. Now, Cyclone Doll is just a power up in the game Prime Empire, which was introduced in season 12. I think it has made a few appearances in older seasons, but I could be wrong there. Um, and it's basically just a power up, which is very similar to Spin Jitsu slash Air Jitsu. The reason I say kind of both these instead of just specifically Air Jitsu, because you with this power up you can like fly with this. You can like fly in the game with it, but it's like got a very similar it's got a similar look to Spin Jitsu, but I think it's more similar to Air Jitsu than Spin Jitsu. Uh, Wu Sako. Wu Sako is the ship name between Sensei Wu and Misako. Wu and Misako had feelings for each other before the events of the show, like around the time of the Serpentine War, which was about 40 years before the events of the show, and these feelings for each other show up in quite a few seasons. In more recent seasons, however, they seem to be more just close friends, since it would be weird for them to get together, since Misako is technically still married to Wu's brother and Lloyd's father, Gamadon, who is technically still alive because he got resurrected, so they're technically still married in that sense. Misako hate. So basically, Misako is hated because she doesn't seem to do a lot in seasons after season 3, and she left Lloyd at Darkley's boarding school for bad children to study for Misako to study the Green Ninja Prophecy, which isn't that great of a reason since even though Gabadon had already been corrupted at this time by the Great Devourer, uh, even though he had already been corrupted at the time of Lloyd being left at Darklands, she could have left Lloyd with like a Wu or some other family members. I tried to keep in contact with Lloyd, which I don't judge if like you give up your child and just like you can't keep in contact with them. But she did want to meet him again, and Lloyd didn't really remember her before they re-met after Lloyd's time at Darkleys. Um, and like Darkleys was like basically for children to grow up and be villains. It was to teach children to be villains, which if Misako didn't want Lloyd to be a villain, neither did Gambadon. So why would they just leave him at Darkleys? Kind of doesn't make that much sense. Moving on from that, the Woo's Tea shots. Woo's Tea is a collection of 20 shots that are around 1 minute and 30 seconds, focused on Woo's tea shop, Steeper Wisdom. They were released after season 7, but in terms of like the canonical Ninjago timeline, it takes place before the events of season 7 because basically at the end of season 7, Wu gets caught up in a time vortex, and um, obviously he wouldn't be in the Wu's t-shirts if he was still in that vortex if the shorts took place after season 7. So they take place before season 7. That makes any sense. But nobody is quite sure when they take place since they contain like a lot of timeline and character errors, which was acknowledged by one of the people who work on the show, Tommy Andreasen. Uh, Sexist Darth. I'm not entirely sure what this refers to. This probably refers to some early season stuff, but still I'm not sure what this refers. What like specific thing this refers to. Probably maybe this might refer to when Nia got her powers in season 5. I think. Yeah, season 5. It would have been season 5. I think. No. See, it was either season 3, aka Rebooted, season 4, aka Tournament of Elements, or season 5, aka Day of the Departed. So, moving on. Jitsu, I already kind of talked about this when we talked about the Cyclone Doll. But basically, Jitsu is the ability that allows the ninja to have like some form of flying or levitating. It was created by someone called Master Yang, who doesn't have too. He's a very minor character. He literally just appears in season 5, and that's it. Um, the ability was introduced in Day Departed, like I just said, and it has been rarely used in like recent seasons, and has been practically scrapped by the production team behind Ninjago for some reason. Its most recent appearance was in season 12, Prime Empire, and referred to as Cyclone Doll by Nia and Jay. Evil Kai. In season 4 slash Tournament of Elements, Kai turned temporarily evil when he was in possession of Master Chen's staff, Master Chan is Skylar's father. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything that like, talks about like Skylar on this list on this iceberg. So, but she is like Kai's love interest. So, like Kai's girlfriend's dad had like this staff that would take all the elements. That could take like any and all elements. So and there's also like a popular theory that Kai may turn evil in a future iteration of Ninjago. Probably maybe the next within within one of the next two seasons, because from like season from like from like last year, there's been like two Ninjago seasons released each year. Ever since Wild Brain like took over as like the production company, the animation studio, whatever it is. There's been two seasons each year. Last year it was Prime Empire and Master of the Mountain. This year it was The Island and Seabound. So, in a future iteration of Ninjago, Kai may turn evil because of his grief towards Nia merging with the Endless Sea and leaving the team with like no hope of returning. I'm just putting a spoiler warning because I didn't think to put this on before. I'll be spoiler warning of the show comics. I'll just put show slash movie since those are the ones I've seen, so I can like just more talk about them. So yeah, basically Nia merged with the Endless Sea because Nia is the master of water, so she could kind of merge with her element, if that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it. If you want to, go watch season 15 or Seabound. Go watch Seabound. Uh, she kind of left the team with like, we don't know what will happen to her, so Kai may turn evil because he might not know what to do either. Moving on, Twitchy Tim needs therapy. Now, Twitchy Tim was an explorer person who was introduced in the island. Who before, like, and before he was introduced, I think this might have been like a few years before Ninjago had even started. But basically, he was traveling around in a hot air balloon, and he was blown, of course, into the island of the Keepers, aka the titular, like the the island within the season, the episodes, the special, whatever you want to call it, the island. He was scared off by the inhabitants of the island and like the storms that surround it, and basically he was scared off by the island. And as he was trying to escape, he was struck 12 times by lightning, and he got some form of amnesia. Well, basically, he will have something like similar to like a twitch or a tick, aka his name, Twitchy Tim. I think that's Twitchy Tim is just a nickname. His name is just Tim, or I think Timothy. So, um, and like every time after that, like Twitch, he'll forget like what he's just said and like repeat himself. And after it, like a year, he spent on the island of the keepers. He managed to escape, but that entire experience most likely gave him some form of trauma, especially because, and not only physical trauma due to his amnesia being caused by the lightning strikes, but also like mental trauma after being like scared off the island and like being struck by lightning 12 times. The next one is Lloyd is the strongest ninja. Lloyd is the master. Why did I put master of the ninja there? I meant to say on my script. I put master and then of the ninja instead of master of energy. Lord is the master of energy and is the grandson of the first Spinjitzu master, who is basically the god of Ninjago. He created the entire Ninjago island. It's like a massive island, and the Ninjago city only takes off only takes up a small portion of that. So yeah, Lloyd temporarily wielded the golden power, which is basically being able. I think it's basically being able to control all the elements slash powers that were created by this first Spinjitzu master and his current master of energy. Now, side note, he Lloyd cannot control the element of water or the element of wind, since those elements were not created by the first Spinjitzu master. They were created by a creature called Wajira, who we'll probably I think we might talk about later, which might like turn up later. So yeah. Jay is adopted. I don't know why this is so far down. Since this should have been like, I don't know why it's on layer 3. It should be on layer like 1 or 2. Since this is like, it should be on layer 2, since this is commonly known at this point. In Skybound, it's revealed that Jay was adopted by Edna, and he is the biological son of the previous Master of Lightning, who was during production of Skybound was commonly referred to as Libber slash Libby by the production team, but I don't think that's her canon name. So we'll just refer to her as the previous Master of Lightning. So Jay is the biological son of the previous Master of Lightning and an actor called Cliff Gordon. As of the 2021 seasons, he has not met his biological parents, and in my personal opinion, I don't think he ever will. I think that's a storyline that either won't get resolved or and like that's just like done with, or he just won't meet them and like we'll find out that they were like that the past master of lightning is like dead and like Cliff Garden is dead. So yeah, yeah. Decoded. Decoded was a miniseries that was like between season 7 and season 8 in order to prepare season 8 to like prepare new fans for season 8 because of like the new voice actor for Lloyd and like of like the different voice actors for the movie and for the show. So it was just and to like introduce fans who watched the movie to the series. And it's just basically a recap of the story from the pilots to season 7. Okay, now we're on to the fourth layer. Shadow of Ronin. Now, the Shadow of Ronin is like the most famous non-canonical video game that people know of. It takes place in between season 4, Tournament of Elements, and season 5, Day of the Pride, with the character of Ronin as the main antagonist, with the help of the Dark Samurai, who is a villainous faction. I don't know like a lot about Shadow of Ronin since I haven't played it. It's like literally the only Ninjago related game that I've played is I can't remember what it's called. It was like a Lego game where you played as different characters. You had like different levels of like different characters. Like in one level it was Avengers where you played like as Hulk and stuff, and on another level it was you played as one of the ninja. you played as like one of the characters you've collected, and you you were at the tournament, and I remember you battled against Griffin Turner. Wait, let me look up Lego Xbox games, Xbox 360 games, because that's what I played on. Lego Dimensions. It was Lego Dimensions. Yeah, I remember now because you had like the portal setup and everything. I'm pretty sure I still have like I don't have my Xbox, but I'm pretty sure I have like the portal and like a ton of characters and stuff. Yeah, because you played as Batman and like Wild Style and like a ton of the Avengers and stuff. And I distinctly remember playing the Avengers and the Ninjago level. So, and then there's like a ton of characters as well. That, like I just haven't played on because I haven't played Infinity as well. Oh no, yeah, I think that was a Simpsons level as well. I'm pretty sure that was that was a Simpsons level. So yeah, little sidetrack, but yeah. Ninjago was also in Lego Dimensions. If you did not know that. WOTD, aka Way of the Departed. Way of the Departed is a non-canonical novel written by Tommy and Jason that takes place between season 7 and season 8, and it was posted on Twitter back in 2017. If you want to go, just search up Tommy and Jason on Twitter and just like go down or just search up Way of the Departed on Twitter. Lloyd shouldn't have been born. I'm guessing this is probably due to like timeline not matching up because I think this may be due to Miss Sako like being like her age, not being like us not knowing Miss Sako's like canon age. So it's not sure we're not sure when she could have gotten pregnant with Lloyd. Or like just like I'm not sure. And like or either we don't know when Garmadon was fully corrupted by, so we don't know. We just don't know. We just don't know like when they could have gotten together, especially when Miss Sako seems to have a strong dislike towards Lord Garmadon slash Emperor Garmadon, aka Evil Garmadon. So it's very unlikely she would have gotten with Lord Garmadon, but we don't know when he specifically got corrupted. And it was like around the time Lloyd was born. So it just doesn't seem to make any sense, really, the timeline. Ninjago has like a very weird timeline, so yeah. Wukru. Wukru is basically an RPG mobile app released back in 2017 where you team up with the ninja team and save the island of Ninjago. I don't know much about that. I haven't played it, so ask Tommy. Most of the time when people have a Ninjago related question, and like a lot, and if they ask it in like a Discord server or on Twitter or whatever, they'll just say, "Oh, ask Tommy and Jason," which is I like all. I think a lot of the newer questions about the 2022 seasons have like made and like all the alternative threats and stuff had just made Tommy and Jason go off on a break. But I think Ask Tommy has more become a meme now. But yeah, it it made Tommy and Jason go off on a break. But I think he's still like retweeting stuff and stuff like that. Rainbow Crosswalk. There was a rainbow like crosswalk in the latest season of Ninjago Seabound, which was put in to represent slash support the LGBTQ plus community. Nothing much to say there. Jay has anxiety. Jay often tells jokes and tries to be the funny member of the group, which is like used to cover up his fear and anxiety. You can literally look this up on the fandom wiki. It's like not a canon. Um, this is also a common headcanon in the fandom due to Jay often freaking out in like battle. I also follow Daily Ninjago Facts, so I literally just got the notification for the tweet, and it says according to Brent Miller, when Zane sacrificed himself in season 3, Miller did not know if he would return for the show again. When I died, I didn't know I was coming back, so I played it like it was my last moment that I could ever voice Zane. So that's cool. Okay, so next one, Albrecht's drama. So he's just apparently a known scammer within the ninja. He's just a known scammer within the Ninjago community. Like if you ask like any like a veteran like Ninjago like watcher or fan, or like just anyone who has been here for like more than like I would say 2 years, then you'll probably know about how Albrecht is like a known scammer. You'll probably have heard of him being a known scammer. Okay, next one. Hashtag anti-Bruise. Bruise, as I said earlier, is a ship between the characters Jay and Cole. Anti-Bruise was started by people who I assume are just homophobic, to like get rid of the Bruise ship. But now the tag has been flooded by the ship, by like fan out of the ship to piss off people. By the way, the ship is legal. Like Jay and Cole are like around the same age, so like I ship it. It's like a cute ship. So like if Jay hadn't gotten with me, I would say he might have gotten with Cole. Okay, next one. Cole is Wu's favorite. Now, this is a popular theory based on the fact that in season 8 and season 9, when like Wu had aged because he was hit by one of the time blades and reverted back to a baby, and then experienced rapid aging. Like he became like his old self again in a matter of like I would say I think like in like a month or so. But like Cole became that fatherly figure in season 8 and season 9 too. Because obviously he had turned into a baby, so he needs someone. Wu needed someone to take care of him, and obviously the ninja tried to take care of him, but Cole did most of the work. And so it's kind of assumed that there would be some sort of favoritism, or we would have some sort of favoritism towards Cole. Okay, season 14 or season 15, discourse even. The island was confirmed to be like a special of sorts by the show's production team, kind of like the Day of Departed special. Basically, there's a Day of Departed special and Day of Departed season. Before this, most people assumed that the island was season 14 and Seaban was season 15, because even though the island had only 14 episodes and Ninjago seasons usually have around 15 to 16 episodes, season 10 also had 4 episodes and is still considered a season. However, season 10 episodes, each season 10 episode run for like 22 minutes, while each island episode ran for half that time at 11 minutes each. But Tommy and Jason said that he stopped counting the seasons after season 10, so we can just number the seasons differently. So yeah, and I'm going through this particularly quickly. Okay, we're on the fifth layer, so I'm just gonna zoom in on this, like on these last few these last few layers. So, layer number 5, Salil. Now, Salil is a non-canon character from the Ninjago comics, and is often shipped with Cole since he doesn't and hasn't had a love interest as of 2021. So yeah, just he's constantly shipped with either Salil, Jay, or Vanya. Those are like the most popular. I would say those are some of the most popular ships involving Cole. Other than the meme ones where it's just Cole and Cake. The Cole and Cake one is like funny though. The next one, the Dark Island Trilogy. The Dark Island Trilogy is a set of graphic novels that take place after Skybound released in 2016. Wu is apparently the main character, and the main antagonist is Klaus, who also served as like a secondary antagonist of sorts in season 4, Tournament of Elements, since Master Chen was the main antagonist in season 4. The Sky Pirates and Shadow Army also have villainous roles. Be Water. This quote from I just keep seeing mistakes in my own script, and it's just like a nightmare. Okay, this is a quote from when we was training Nia, which has turned into a meme after the events of Seabound. Basically, Nia is the master of war, which I've already said, and we was like, oh, you need to be like one with the water in order to like unlock your true potential. And then in Seabound, she literally became water. So yeah, that's funny. It's kind of funny, not gonna lie. Nia is the strongest ninja. Nia merged with the Endless Sea in Seabound, which allowed her to defeat Wajira and Kalmar and save Ninjago City. When all the ninja plus Sensei Wu and like a couple of their allies couldn't do it. We're not sure what power holds, so we have to wait until she reappears in a future season. So yeah, and also she destroyed an amulet as well. I think she destroyed one of the amulets that powered Wajira. So she kind of, I think she basically killed Wajira, and that led to Kalmar's death. Watch Seabound. It'll make more sense. Um, LGBT. Many people headcanon several characters from Ninjago as part of the LGBT community, uh, but their sexualities slash most of their sexualities or gender identities haven't been confirmed by the production team, or like mainly Tommy and Jason, because that's who most people talk to. And most people ask, "Oh, are there any LGBT characters in Ninjago?" But I don't think any of them have been confirmed yet. The Bruise fan cam. I just don't want to know. If you want to research it, go research it. But I don't want to know. Ninjago Honest trailer. I haven't like fully watched it. It's like 7 minutes. I don't know. So here is the Ninjago Honest trailer. Um, Master of Master of the Mountain. Blooper Reel. It's an animated blooper reel, and it was made based on the bloopers mistakes made by the voice actors. And the bloopers introduced a new character called Green Screen Gary. So that's like pretty cool. Uh, I'll put the blooper reel in the chat real quick. If you want to go watch it, here is the blooper reel. Okay, so Morrow and Lloyd are cousins. Um, why did I say that so weirdly? Morrow kind of, Morrow saw Wu as like some sort of like fatherly figure, and since he has no parents, he's kind of considered Wu's son. And since Lloyd is Wu's nephew, that kind of makes them somewhat cousins in a way. Hunted on PH. I don't know what this means, but it probably refers to Hunted, aka season 9, being aired on another station other than Cartoon Network. Also, Cartoon Network does Ninjago dirty like a lot. Like Ninjago like barely airs. Like from what I've heard, I don't watch Ninjago on Cartoon Network anymore. But yeah, I don't watch it on Cartoon Network anymore. But like even when I did watch it, like there'd barely be any Ninjago episodes. Trust me, I would like watch it Cartoon Network all the time. I would be watching like the Amazing World of Gumball and stuff. But yeah, Cartoon Network does Ninjago dirty, even though it's the longest still ongoing show. So yeah, Cartoon Network is swag. Yeah, but it does Ninjago so dirty, like you don't even understand. Like it barely airs, even though it's Cartoon Network. Ninjago is the longest still ongoing show on Cartoon Network. So leaked season 10 fake proposal scene. This probably refers to the scene where Jay it's like still being animated. Like it wasn't like the final cut, but it was where Jay was practicing his proposal to Neil with Kai, but many people thought he was proposing to Kai. I'll put it in chat actually, I have the link here. Next one. Pythor is a cannibal. Yes, there is canonical cannibalism in Ninjago. Uh, Pythor is the sole survivor of the Anacondrae tribe as of like season 3. It was like an early season. His tribe was locked in like a tomb or like something similar, and Pythor canonically ate the rest of his tribe. There's like nothing else I can say on that. Um, we're on to layer 6, and my throat is getting dry, but I don't have anything I can drink here, so and I can't be bothered going downstairs. So, boom, we're just gonna have to wait till my dad comes home and brings me crypto. So, anyways, layer 6. Lloyd will outlive the ninja. Lloyd is part Oni and part dragon, alongside being part human. And the Oni and dragons can live for thousands of years. This is like we know this because Wu and Gamran have also lived for thousands of years, and they're part Oni and part dragon. So it makes sense for Lloyd to be able to live for thousands of years. And it is logical that Lloyd will have a similar lifespan, or even a slightly shorter lifespan, because he's more human than his like parents and uncle. Because basically, he has a, I think he has. I'm trying to do the maths here. He Lloyd's grandfather, the first Ninjutsu master, is half Oni, half dragon, and then I think the first Ninjutsu master's wife is fully human. So I think that would make Lord, that would make Garmadon Wu quarter only, quarter dragon, and half human. Then that would make Lloyd half. That would make Lloyd eighth, 1/8 dragon, 1/8 only, and 3/4 human. So, and plus he's not full only or dragon, so he doesn't have like the longest lifespan. Because there's another character called Mistake. Wait, Mistake, who is full only, and I'm pretty sure she's canonically older than Gambit and Wu, because she was one of the first Oni that came over to Ninjago with the first Spinjitzu Master from the first realm. So, what's like the Oni trilogy, aka season 8, 9, and 10? I think in one of those, I think it was in season 8 where Mistake like told Wu about his, not Wu, told Lloyd about his heritage. The ableism in season 1. I'm not sure what specifically this ties into, what like specific scene this is, or like I'm not sure what this specifically refers to. So I haven't watched season 1 in ages. So yeah, I haven't watched season 1 in about like 5 or 6 years. So yeah, Mr. E equals Echo Zane. So Echo Zane was introduced in Skybound, and he was basically another creation of Dr. Julian, aka Zane's creator. He was basically like a copy of Zane, hence the name Echo Zane, but like more of a like a rusted copper look rather than the cleaner look Zane has. Um, and originally, Mr. E's identity was supposed to be revealed in his fight with Zane. His identity was supposed to be Echo Zane, but that idea was scrapped because, like I said, Echo Zane was introduced in Skybound, and the Skybound timeline was reversed by a wish that Jay made. And the Ninjago production team said that Zane would not remember Echo Zane, and it would be too complicated to introduce Echo Zane into the storyline again. So they scrapped that idea. So canonically, Mr. E isn't Echo Zane. Well, wasn't, because Mr. E is now dead. Um, but originally he was supposed to be Echo Zane. Jeffy. This could refer to one of Dara's students called Jeffy, who was voiced by Kirby Morrow before he died. Kirby Morrow also voiced Cole. Um, and Jeffy was like a minor character back in. I think he might have been there Departed season 5, but I'm not entirely sure. But this could refer to the YouTube puppet called Jeffy. He may have made like some sort of reference to Ninjago, but I'm not entirely sure. Vengebound. Vengebound may be a potential name for the next season of Ninjago, or what Seabound may have been originally called. The reason I'm not saying Skybound is because there's like been an Avenge Stone like storyline going on since season 13, aka Master of the Mountain, and Skybound came out before Master of the Mountain. So unless they were doing the unless they have been like figuring out some sort of like Avenge Stone arc for the past 4 years, or 4 or 5 years, and Vengebound was supposed to be like, and the Vengestone arc was supposed to start in Skybound. I'm pretty sure it was probably just for what Seabound was supposed to be called, or a potential name for a future season of Ninjago. And La Master of the Water. La appeared in a non-canon Tournament of Elements activity book that was released in 2015. He was designed before the concept of Nia being the Master of Water was introduced in the TV show. But I think in the comics, I don't read the comics, so this is what like I found in like research and stuff. Apparently, Salio mentioned like, "Oh, who's this La guy?" And apparently, Cole or someone said something and that was like, "Oh, La was just like faking his powers. He's not like related to Neo or anything." But all I know is that he is a non-canon character put in a tournament development activity book where he fought against Kai. Cole Fan 69. I'm not entirely sure what this refers to. This probably refers to the entirety of his tour because I think I've heard of him like being in drama and stuff, but I can't exactly remember what the drama was because it was like 2 years, 2 or 3 years ago that drama was. So, but I went through like his Twitter a little bit, and he uses the R slur, and yes, it is a slur. He said it wasn't, but it is. Listen to disabled people over some random person on the internet. I didn't really look any further than that because he seems like a total piece of shit. But like, I remember like there being a huge Cole Fan 69 drama like a couple of years ago. So yeah, let's moving on. Kai is the favorite child. In Seabound, Kai was babied by his parents more than Nia, and Maya and Ray seem to ignore Nia more than Kai. I know that, and there's like this specific scene when I think, whenever I read this, there's a specific scene that I think of. It was like in the, I think it might have been some of the first, like episode 1 or 2 of Seabound. Where is Kai and Ray playing Prime Empire, and I think Nia went in to talk to Kai, but obviously they were like kind of ignoring her. They're like, "Oh, we have to get past this level," and Maya comes in with like a bunch of sandwiches, like I think it was bacon and lettuce sandwiches, and just kisses Kai on the head, and then Kai was like, "Ooh, lettuce and bacon sandwiches, thanks, mum." And like, yeah, he was just being totally babied by Maya and Ray. So it's like favorite child alert. I think this may be more of though. Kai and Ray know how to parent Kai more than Nia, because Nia is the younger sibling, right? And they had been kidnapped when Kai was around 5, and when Nia was around 3 years old. And since they're just taking care of Kai more, and his personality had developed more than Nia's, and Kai just wanted to be like not be the a parental figure for once because he had like raised Nia. I'm not saying like I'm not using this as like an excuse. I'm just like explanation. So yeah. Um, moving on. Jay murdered a pirate. I'm not sure of specifics because I haven't watched Skybound in years, in like a few years, in like 4 years, 4 or 5 years. But I'm assuming it's Skybound because pirates are like the main, are like a theme, like main antagonist throughout Skybound. So Sky Pirates. So, but Jay probably shocked a pirate because Jay's the master of lightning, or he pushed one off an edge, leading to their death. So yeah, multiple royal family coups. I'm not sure of like the specifics, but it probably refers to the amount of time people have tried to get rid of the royal family. So yeah, I don't remember this though. And then the royal family were killed off in season 9. So yeah, suffix in season 12. in the like couples dance contest. It was a couples dance contest. Watch season 12. That Nia and Jay joined. There were two like femme presenting characters in who were also participating. It, like I said, it was a couples contest, but the Ninjago production team hasn't confirmed that they were dating, and there was like a huge drama about it last year. Like, bro, it was a couples contest. They were dating. End of story. Um, on to the seventh layer. Alternate movie plot. Apparently, the Ninjago movie was supposed to be about time travel, where the ninja try and stop a giant evil snake, which I assume is the Great Devourer, from biting that Garmadon and therefore turning him into Lord Garmadon and then changing the entire Ninjago timeline. Harumi times Morrow. Harumi times Morrow was like a popular ship when Harumi's character was like first introduced, or like when she was first revealed to be like the main antagonist slash the quiet one of season, or like the only trilogy of season 8 and 9. And like when someone asked one of the show's creators, I believe it was Tommy and Jason, but I'm not entirely sure. That creator said that they shipped it. So yeah, Smokey. Smokey is a Discord user, or was, but I'm not sure if he got like banned or got deleted his account or something. Was Discord server he was gonna raid the Realms of Ninjago Discord server. That's like Realms of Ninjago isn't like an official Discord server for Ninjago. It's like one of the fan created ones, but it's like Realms of Ninjago is like one of the biggest, um, one of the biggest Ninjago servers. Like there's so many people that are on this server. Like not like there's like over. I would say there's like over 320 people on that server. So like yeah, it's definitely one of the biggest Ninjago servers that I've ever seen, other than the Ninjago server that Daily Rollard made, and like a few other servers. I think it's the Master of Bricks Jitsu that the the Fold made. But like Realms of Ninjago is like one of the biggest Discord servers. And basically Smokey was stopped after he realized that the Realms of Ninjago had taken steps to prevent the raid. And like why did they try and stop this raid? Because he was apparently gonna spread homophobic and like just toxic stuff in general. So they were like, oh no, we can't have that in Realms of Ninjago. We have to like stop him. So yeah, Techno canon in alternate universe. Techno is a ship between Zane and Jay. I think this like theory mostly came up after the Ninjago reimagined short Sweat into the Goldies, where Zane and Jay were the prominent ninja in it, like the prominent characters in it. And since the Ninjago reimagined shorts aren't really canon, then it technically could be just in an alternate universe, since a lot of Ninjago have like alternate universes slash realms, or like for example the Ninjago movie is in an alternate universe to the show, so it makes sense that Techno could be canon in an alternate universe, like where Sweating to the Goldies take place. Wait, let me look up. Let me search the link in chat for Sweating to the Goldies, because I didn't put it on my script, but I wanna put it in anyways. Uh, I'm gonna put it in chat if you guys wanna go like watch it or whatever. I'm also gonna put it in my scripts just so I know I can put it in my video description. Uh, Braggy's cake competitions. Braggy wrote season 8 and 9, and from season 10 onwards, he has been a lead writer for the show. He ran cake competitions for Ninjago fans on Twitter using the tag hashtag CakeJago, and they were just like Ninjago themed cakes. And fun fact, one of my Twitter mutuals, Ava, won the final competition, so I'm gonna tag her Twitter down below in the chat. Uh, Clancy is a hybrid. God, this one is gonna take a lot of explaining. So Clancy is part of the Sky Pirates, and appears in season. No, it's not season 6. It's season 4. Wait, no, it's season 6. Season 6, yeah. According to Tommy and Jason, his parents are part of separate tribes, and a lot of the tribes has become like genetically different enough, enough, like different enough genetically for Clancy to be considered a hybrid, since a lot of them have like different powers, different abilities, like even just like different looks of them in general. Um, just so basically all the tribes have a common ancestor but don't belong to the same species, if that makes sense. Kind of like how there's a theory that like humans came from like apes or like ape-like creatures. I can so like monkeys and apes and humans all have a common ancestor, but they're not all the same species. Kind of like the serpentine. They're all in different tribes. We're all generally like there's a ton of animals that are like considered like mammals. These are just considered serpentine that may have come from a common ancestor, but they aren't the same species. If that makes sense. The ending scene in Master of the Mountain. In the end of Master of the Mountain, Vanya becomes Queen of Shintaro after the defeat of Vangelis, her father and the previous king of Shintaro. As the ninja are leaving Shintaro, Lloyd apologizes to Vanya of his distrust of her, and Vanya accepts his apology, noting that trust can be abused, since she trusted her father and he turned out to be the main villain of Master of the Mountain. Then we cut to Cole saying goodbye to the Oakley, and then Vanya wants to speak with Cole. Cole tells Vanya that she's one of the strongest and bravest people. Cole says to Vanya that basically he says she's one of the strongest and brave. Cole says that Vanya is one of the strongest and bravest people I've ever met. This ending scene is I'm pretty sure is the main reason why people ship Cole and Vanya together. Cole and Vanya is a cute ship, so I don't see anything wrong with like. I remember when like I remember before Master of the Mountain got released, that everyone was so mad about like Cole getting a love interest. Like the people were so mad, and it's like then after Master of the Mountain was released, everyone was like everyone loved Vanya, and it was like, wait, you were, and I was like, wait, you were just hating on Vanya before this season got released. So like, why are you loving her now? It was just so funny. And then like everyone was like shipping Cole and Vanya for like a short time. I'm pretty sure there's still Cole and Vanya shippers now. But like the most popular ship I see on my like timelines now of that include Cole. It's like the meme one, which is like Cole and Cake and Cole and Celio and mainly Bruce. mainly co-shipped with one of the other ninja. So, but I'm pretty sure Colin Vanya and Colin Sleal are still very popular ships since I also ship Colin Vanya. Well, I think I used to ship them, but then in my AU, I used to ship them, but then in my AU, I was like, let's make Vanya a lesbian. Because, I just had canon Vanya as a lesbian. I don't know why, just do. But then I was like, oh shit, cool, and then I was like, oh, why not headcanon Cole is gender fluid, and obviously non-binary people can date lesbians, so why not? So I might start shipping them again. I was like, because it's like a cute ship, you know. Lloyd is trans. This is a common headcanon throughout the Ninjago fandom. Many trans people kind of relate to Lloyd in a way and believe that he is transgender. And there's been like quite a bit of fan art made of this. I'm pretty sure if you just look up, well, I'm gonna look up now, Ninjago Lloyd trans fan art. Yeah, there's like some fan art of Cole. No, of Lloyd with like the trans flag or like or like in a binder or whatever. Like you can literally just look up Ninjago Lloyd trans fan art, and it's literally just him with the trans flag. So yeah, people had canon Lloyd as transgender. Okay, um, that gay couple in Seabound. In Seabound, there was a gay couple in like the background. I didn't notice this on my watch of Seabound, but I'm glad the moment was there. Alongside the Rainbow Crosswalk, which I talked about earlier. The gay couple was like kissing and like in love and stuff like that. And I'm glad there's like becoming like more representation in Ninjago. But still, what I still want one of the main characters to be gay. And wait, Cole could be gay. Cole could be gay. I know a lot of people headcanon Cole as bisexual, including myself. That's like a common headcanon within the community that Cole is bisexual, which is like cool because Cole is my favorite character, and I kind of like, holy shit, I've projected so much of my identity onto Cole because like I had kind of Cole as bisexual and gender fluid and demisexual. I'm I'm bisexual, gender fluid, and I may be demi romantic. I'm not entirely sure on that. I may be either demi, I may be demi. I'm not sure yet. But like, holy shit, I've projected so much of my identity as a cult. Holy shit. Anyways, I want more representation because there's only been like a few background characters, and like, there's only been two times where like there's been like gayness portrayed in Ninjago. The gay couple in Seabound, and then the two the two girls that were in the couples contest back in season 12. So yeah, the cancelled pilot ending. I'm not sure what this ending is. If you know it is, comment it down below. I tried researching it, but I don't know what it is. Ghost Butler Duckworth. In Seabound, Maya sneaks onto the sea bounty and does things like wash the dishes, wash like the ninja's clothes, and makes the beds and puts mints on their pillows, which Lloyd absolutely freaks out over, and it's like the cutest thing. Like I feel bad for him so much because like he freaks over mint on a pillow, and it's just like so cute. Anyways, before the ninja realized that this was Maya, Jay thought these things were being caused by a ghost, who he named Ghost Butler the Duckworth. We're on the final layer, baby. Kai and Jay are yin and yang. So yin and yang are just basically like the term for being engaged in Ninjago. Like, oh, I'm gonna watch this forever. More like, not like being engaged as a viewer, but like, pre-marriage. So yeah, when the proposal scene was leaked, people found further evidence to ship Plasma, aka Jay and Kai. This is because Jay was practicing his proposal to Nia with Kai. Kai showed a way Jay could propose to Nia, which was extremely confident and flirty in nature, like Kai always is. And in this scenario, Jay kind of says yes, which many fans interpreted as Kai and Jay becoming yin and yang. Okay, watch the leaked proposal scene. Ronin's Angels. Ronin's Angels consists of Skylar, Nia, and Pixel, I think. I'm not sure of what else this could refer to because I don't really get the references to Charlie's Angels because this is what is referring. This is kind of like what this makes a reference to, Charlie's Angels, and I haven't watched that movie, so I'm not entirely sure what this could refer to. If you have any idea, again, comment down below. Nia's Crimson Spinjitzu. In earlier seasons, the color of Nia's Spinjitzu was crimson, but now it's blue. In more recent seasons, after like season 5, it was blue. After she found out her elemental power was after she found out her elemental power was water, it was blue. I'm just writing this on the script because I did it before. After finding out her element is water, it changed to blue. Time Twins AO3 fanfic. This smells like incest. And I didn't really research this further, so AO3, archive around. Let's just search up. Or an archive. Let's just search up time. Shush. 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 Um, uh, Wait, if I search up Time Twins Ninjago. I feel like this smells of incest. Time Zest? I think this is the wrong one it refers to. The tags are literally sibling sibling incest. I'm a simp for their concept. Crux has touched tab, which is like Crux has anger issues and Necronics comes down. Angst, neurodivergency. Why did you use it? Neurodivergency. Incest. Time zest. Suicide. Is that? Oh my god. I knew it was incest. Why is there incest? I expected this more of Wattpad, not Archive not of AO3, not of Archive of our own. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? What? What? Anyways, let's move on. Okay. Luckily, we're on the last player. So, hairbrush. I'm not sure what this refers to. Probably the hairbrushes in Ninjago because they're Lego. Nia slash Aya. Aya was supposed to be Nia's original name before it was changed to Nia. J slash Ren. Like the last entry, I think Ren was supposed to be J's original name before it was changed to J. Original ending in season 7. The original ending was supposed to have Achronix and Crux locked up in Cryptarian prison for 40 years in the future, with Kai and Lloyd reminiscing about their adventures. Shadow Lord Demic. When I looked this up, all that came up was the Shadow of Ronin. Since and I assume since the Dark Samurai is like a villainous faction helping Ronin in the game, I assume that the Shadow Lord is like the leader of the Dark Samurai or something. Comment down below if you know like anything else about this. No wedding rings. This is because probably because the animators couldn't figure out how to put rings on the Lego hands the characters have, so they used the yin yang proposal system instead of wedding rings. The Lightning City, I'm not sure what this is. And Belle Delphine. There was a meme going around after Prime Empire was released that one of the players who ventured into Terra Carana reminded some fans of Belle Delphine. And that is the Ninjago Iceberg. All 8 layers and my voice is done. I am done. I feel like I feel like that time I feel like that archive of our own entry just like destroyed me. How did I don't know that? Holy shit, in just an hour and a half. Holy shit. Anyways, I'm going to go. Like I said, my voice is dead. I'm gonna look for someone to raid. So, is there anyone live?